Hey everybody, this is Big Papa from Big Papa's Barbecue. I just want to let you know how much I've been enjoying making these videos, sharing my recipes, giving you tips on cooks. I hope you've enjoyed the videos as much as I've enjoyed making them. If you have, I just ask you to go to my YouTube channel, subscribe, like, comment, share. Let me know what you like about the videos, maybe something you might want to see me do, and just give me a little love. Hey everybody, this is Big Papa from Big Papa's Barbecue. Today we got a treat. We're going to be doing stuffed Wagyu burgers. We got some American Wagyu that we've got from our friends at Osley Family Premium Beef. We're going to season them up. We're going to stuff them. We're going to make burgers Cordon Bleu is what I'm calling it. It's a recipe that I came up with. Today, we're going to be smoking with the Oklahoma Joe's Bronco drum smoker. I'm about to fire it up and get it up to temp to about 350. I'll show you how we light the coals and how we set it up for indirect heat. You don't want to put the fire out, so you want to make sure you have some air in between the fire starter and the lump charcoal you put on top. But as you can see, it's starting to smoke, and here pretty soon we'll have a fire. Here in just a minute, I'll put a couple of pieces of hickory chunks for smoke. We'll close it down and let it come up to temp. As you can see, the fire is starting up real good. If you notice, when I put the hickory chunks in, I don't put them directly on top of the fire. Set them out a little bit so they won't catch initially, but they'll just be good for smoke. Once you get your fire started, the next thing you need to do is you need to place in your indirect element. Now you can see I have my indirect heating element, the heat diffuser in. After that, of course, you put your grate on. I have my grate on the top section of it. You can put it down below, but I'm wanting to go for an indirect heat and a slow, low heat, so I put it on the top. Now that we got the Bronco drum closed off, you can see on my temperature controls on my vents there, I've got them wide open. You'll want to leave them wide open until your temp gets to about 50 degrees from your cooking temp, and then you'll start closing them down and getting them dialed in for the temperature that you want, which today we're going to be cooking around 350. Got it to right around 300, so now we're going to start closing off the vents. We want to cook between 300 to 350 today, so we closed off your vents to try to control the temperature. I've got them set on about 1.5. If you see right there and right there, we're going to run it at about 1.5. We'll see where it holds and where it levels off. That's one thing you don't want to do is rush your smoker. You want to get it settled. You want to get it running at a steady temperature before you ever want to start your cook. You've heard of chicken Cordon Bleu. It's chicken that is stuffed with ham and cheese. Well, we're going to do burgers that way. We're going to start off with some good Wagyu ground beef, stuff it with some ham and some cheese, put it on the grill, let it smoke it low and slow. Then we're going to crank up the heat and sear them on the outside. First, we're going to start with the ground beef. I've got my Big Papa's beef rub. I've got 3 pounds of the ground beef. And for each pound of ground beef, you need 2 tablespoons of my beef rub. You can go online and find my beef rub recipe if you want it. All right, once you get your seasoning in, you want to incorporate it in the meat. You don't want to kill the meat. You just want to get it mixed up good. Get all that seasoning mixed up good into the meat. You don't want to overmix it. You don't want to kill it. Get it all good and mixed up. Look at that Wagyu, all that fat that's in there. These are going to be delicious. All right, once you get it all mixed in good, you'll want to take it out of your bowl. And what we're going to be doing today is we're going to be making 6 burgers out of this 3 pounds of Wagyu ground beef. So what you want to do is get into a little loaf right there, and you want to score it in 3 equal parts. And tear those parts into 3 equal sections. Then once you get that done, you want to score it again. That kind of gives you a good estimate of how much each one of the burgers, how much of the meat each one of the burgers is going to be. So you got 6 hamburgers set up here. We've got our hamburger stuffer here. It's just a nice little device that you can use to help you make your stuffed hamburgers. I'm going to show you how to use this. But you'll take the patty, just put it in there, lightly press it around. Take the top half and just press it down. And then what you get is you get a patty with a little hole in the middle, little center. That's where we're going to do the stuffing. And what we're going to use today, I told you we're going to do Burgers Cordon Bleu. We're going to use slices of ham, and we've got 3 different kinds of cheese. We've got the smoked Gouda, we've got Fontina, and Havarti. So what we're going to do first is we're going to take a couple of slices of I'm going to make some with different ones. This is the Fontina. Take a couple of slices of the Fontina, spread it around in there. Then you'll take about 4 slices of the ham. You just want to spread it around in there to get good coverage. Want to make sure it stays inside that little well. And I'll show you why in just a second. So 3 or 4 slices of ham. Then we're going to go back with more Fontina cheese on top. A couple of slices on top. All right, now what we're going to do next, take the other part of your patty, spread it around in there pretty good. Then you're going to just take it, put it right on top of that one, line them up, and then you're going to squeeze down. As far down as you can go all the way around. I'm going to press it down all the way around good and tight. And then once you get that done, you lift up on it, just pop it out, and you have a perfect burger. I always just pat mine down, make sure that the edges are good and sealed all the way around. So now you got your stuffed burger. I'm just going to do that 6 more times, and we'll be back to put them on the grill. All right, once you get your patties all done, here's a little tip. I've said before, I cook for my lovely wife, and she doesn't eat pork. So I'm going to fix her with just cheese in the middle. If you've got somebody that has a different menu that you need to keep up with, I always just stick a toothpick in the hamburger. Then that way you can keep up with it once you put it on the grill. Just a quick tip. We're going to put them over on the grill. We've got it running about 300 to 350. Put a little smoke on them. We'll put them on the hot grill to sear them on the outside. So I got my Oklahoma Joe Bronco drum smoker right at around in between 300 and 350. We're going to open it up. Just scoop our hamburgers up. Put them on the grill. Like I said before, I put hickory wood in there to get some smoke. You can use any wood you want to. Apple, any kind of fruit wood, any kind of hardwood. Whatever you've got. Okay, we're about halfway through the cook on the Oklahoma Joe. What we're going to do is just going to pick them up. We're going to flip them over so they'll get good on both sides. Man, these are smelling good. We need smell-o-vision. All right, we'll close those back up. Give them about another 15 minutes. Those will be good to go. Okay, while we're waiting on those burgers to get done on the Oklahoma Joe drum, I'm going to go ahead and mix up some stuff for our buns. Today we're going to be using brioche buns that I got from the grocery store, and we're going to put a little toast on them. But to do that, I'm going to need a little butter, and I need a little garlic butter. I don't know if you've ever used this before. I'm going to probably mess this all up, but Badia, the complete seasoning, it's got garlic, it's got all different kinds of seasoning in it, and it's a great all-purpose seasoning. I use it all the time, so try that if you hadn't used it. But you'll take about half a tablespoon of the complete seasoning, pour it in with about 2 ounces of squeezed butter. You'll just mix it up. And this is going to be the butter to go on the buns, because we're going to toast those buns before we eat. Okay, the next thing we're going to do is we're going to take these brioche buns. We're going to put a little bit of that butter that we made, the garlic butter. We're going to put them on the grill. I kind of cheated today, y'all. I'm trying to make it go a little quicker. I've already fired up my Acorn char griller to a screaming hot 650 degrees. That way we don't have to go back and heat up the Oklahoma Joe. So we're just going to put a little butter. You just take it and spread it all over the bottom and the top of the bun. Get good coverage on it with a pastry brush. If you don't have a pastry brush, you can use a butter knife. Just make sure you get good coverage and a good amount on there. All right, once you get a good coverage on them, we're going to take them over. Like I said, the Oklahoma Joe Bronco is very capable of searing and getting up to that temperature of 600 to 650. I was just trying to save a little time though, so I went ahead and fired up my Acorn char griller. We're going to take these over and going to place them down on there and get a good toast on them. Okay, so you just come over here. Like I said, it's red hot. Before I do this, so they won't stick, and then before you put the buns on there, take your canola oil and just give it a good spray. That helps season and keep everything from sticking. Then you'll just take your buns and lay them on top. These are going to go real fast. This thing is screaming hot right now. It's right at about 650. So you won't have to leave them on long at all. Okay, it's only been about 1 minute. We don't want to leave those things on there very long at all. Got your good char marks on it. Those are perfect. Nice. All right, it's been about another 15 minutes on the other side. 135 to 140. That's pretty close to where we want them because we're going to put them over and sear them, and they'll come up in temperature. So we're going to go ahead and get these off. Don't those look good? Got that nice smoky look to them. Now we're going to finish them off by putting them on a screaming hot grill and getting those good char marks on them. Man, I can't wait. So we're going to put them over here on my Acorn Kamado. Is, like I said, it's running about 550, 600 degrees now. So these are not going to have to stay on each side very long. So we're just going to flip them. We'll leave those on for about 2 minutes. We'll come back and flip them over. All right, we've had them on that one side for about a minute, maybe a minute and a half. Just come and flip them over. See how they're darkening up on that one side? That's exactly what we're looking for. Now the other side for about a minute and a half. All right, they've been on the other side for about a minute, minute and a half. Man, are they looking great. They got that char on them. We're going to check them real quick just for temperature. That's exactly what you're looking for right there. So we're going to go ahead and pull these off. Once you pull them off, you want to let them rest for just a little while. You don't want to go and, directly cut them. You want to let them rest for at least 10 or 15 minutes. Let all those juices kind of get back down in there and soak around. But man, oh man, look at those. Okay, as we wrap up these American Wagyu stuffed burgers, just want a couple of tips for you. If you can't get Wagyu burgers, you can do this, of course, with just regular hamburger. But I do suggest at least getting like 90-10 lean sirloin or either 85-15 ground chuck. It just makes for a better burger, makes for a better taste, and they don't draw up as much. So if you can't get Wagyu, you can still make these, of course, and you can put anything on the inside that you want. You don't have to put ham and cheese. I've put cheese and jalapeno peppers and bacon bits on the inside. You can put whatever you want, so just go wild. Also, as we get ready to garnish these burgers, this is where it just comes wide open. You can put anything you want on these burgers. You can put ketchup, you can put mustard, you can put barbecue sauce. I've got some bacon jam that I'm going to put on today. You can put bacon on top of them. This is something I found at the store is jalapeno mustard. If you've never tried it and if you can find it, it's worth the buy. It tastes real good, makes the sandwich taste good. But today, all I'm going to put on the burger is I'm going to get some of this bacon jam. Spread a little of the bacon jam on there. It's got a sweet and salty taste. And I love the look of those buns. And then I like a little fresh sliced onion. I like some fresh sliced tomatoes. And of course, some good bacon. Usually break the pieces in half and make a crisscross on top. Man, oh man, look at that burger. I'm going to get ready to try this thing and tell you how good it is. Okay, go ahead. All right, now it's time to try this goodness. Look at that.
All the cheese running out of it, ooey gooey. Got that ham on the inside. Everything's done perfectly all the way through. Now here's the real test. Oh my goodness. So many different flavors together. You got that hickory smoke. You got the sweetness of that bacon jam, the crunchy of that bacon, and the ooey gooiness of the inside, plus that great taste of the American Wagyu beef. Go and check out Owsley Family Premium Beef on Facebook. Also, go to YouTube, subscribe, like, share, and I'll see you next week. God bless.